Hey guys, welcome back to Paracord Planet. You may have seen our recent mask tutorial where we make a face mask with paracord straps. Today I've got Danielle here with me, and she's going to be taking it from here.
And so today we are going to be making the mask, but instead of sewing, we're going to use hot glue guns. So let's get started. So the supplies you're going to need for this project is 2 sheets of paper, one being 6 by 9, the other one being 5 by 8, some fabric, some insert, some paracord of any color that you want, some pins, a lighter, and a pair of scissors. So the easiest place for me to start is with the main fabric that you're going to use. Set that aside. And then you're going to want to set your pattern side down.
Okay.
And grab your largest sheet.
All right.
And kind of try to center it as much as possible. And then we will take some pins and pin it in place. All right, and then we will cut out. I only have one scissors, sorry.
I can wait. There we go.
Perfect. All right. Take the pins out.
So for the sake of our audience, does someone have to be a professional crafter to do this?
No. This is very, very simple. This is one of the easiest patterns that I could come up with for this. So as long as you know how to cut a square,
Cool.
it's like you can make this. All right, then we're going to move on to our insert.
All
So
right.
then you're going to take your smaller sheet of paper,
Small
which is
form.
5 by 8. So then it's going to fit nicely in the middle of our square. And then pin this as well and cut it.
All right.
All right, so then we just cut this one out as well.
So why is this one going to be smaller than the fabric piece?
Because then the main fabric is going to have like an overlap that we will fold down and then hot glue. So then that's the hem.
Gotcha.
So then this is where you would iron on the insert if you had an iron-on insert. Otherwise, if you don't, it's fine. It'll still work just fine. So then grab your main piece again, and then you're gonna want to have it pattern side down for the main piece. And if you do have an iron-on insert, make sure you have the bumpy side down. All right, and then from here, we're gonna cut about 1 centimeter from the edges down.
Okay.
So then that will make, then that will make room for the paracord.
Got it.
And it doesn't have to be exact. You can just do a rough estimate.
Okay, so like just in from the corner of the interfacing there.
It's gonna be, yeah, just enough for the paracord to come through. Otherwise, you're gonna have some kind of awkward corners. And then I've got this little corner down here. There you go. And then it should look something kind of like that, where because the paracord's going to come up through there, and then you're going to fold down, and then it'll make like a nice little tunnel for it, and it won't get in the way.
Sure. Okay, so on the short side.
Yep. Perfect. All right, and then from here, we're going to grab some paracord. And depending on what pattern you have, you can pick whatever color would work best. Figured for this one, for this color, that gray is going to be, charcoal gray. And we have this in the coreless. And so it's really nice because it's nice and flat, and it's just like a good string, and it's not going to bunch up. It's not going to pinch you. or anything like that. So then we will cut 32 inches long. So then that way there's enough to go through the mask and then around your head to be tied.
Sure.
And then you're gonna want 2 for each mask. And so when you cut the paracord, just make sure that you seal the ends so then they don't fray. All right, and so from here, we are going to lay our paracord down. And so what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna try to find the middle of your cord.
Sure.
And then try to line that up with the middle of your mask. And what you're gonna want to do is just line up your paracord with the top of the insert.
Got it.
Okay, so from here, we're gonna take our hot glue guns and we are gonna do just a line from one corner to the other. And then that's
Okay.
what we're gonna set
Sure.
the paracord on. And so with the hot glue gun, just make sure you just do nice even pressure on the trigger. So you don't want too much to come out, but you don't want too little. It is kind of a trick.
It has been so long since I've used one of these.
And then before it starts to cool, then you're gonna want to take the paracord and you're gonna want to kind of smush it into the hot glue. But just be careful or you're gonna get hot glue all over your fingers.
So I not only have to do this even, I have to do it fast.
Yeah. As much evenly as possible. So you've got some good stuff there.
That's good enough.
Yeah. And then you're gonna want to kind of move a little quickly because you don't want the glue to fully set before you do your top layer.
And I'm already making a mess.
That's all right. That honestly is one of my favorite things about hot gluing. It's just, it's messy and it's fun. And then you're gonna fold the top over just like this. And then this is where you're gonna press really firmly as you're comfortable doing.
Okay.
And just be careful because some of that fabric might come through and get your
Another
fingers.
layer on top of the paracord?
Another layer on top of the paracord. All right, and then, yep, take the top and just fold it over. And then as you're folding, just press. And then you're gonna wanna do the same with the bottom. So right along the edge of the insert, just do another line of glue.
Okay.
So find the middle again.
Right. That's normally my line.
And then you can make your straps longer and then just cut them down afterwards if you don't really know how much you're gonna need. But I figured for my head it was 32 was good.
Yeah, hats never fit me, so I should probably should have gone longer. All right,
so at this point, it should just kind of look like this. You just have some strings hanging out. So then the last step is we're gonna hem in these sides. And so this is where we cut the corner off. So then
sure.
the paracord can just poke right on through there.
So same thing, but without the paracord in it.
Yep, same thing. And you're gonna want it right on the edge of the insert.
Okay.
All right, and then so from here, we are going to make a pleat. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your mask and you're gonna do pattern side up.
Okay.
And you're gonna fold it directly in half. And then right where you fold it in half, right there is where you're gonna put a drop of glue on both sides.
Oh, okay. You said giant glob of glue, right?
You could do a giant lava glue, but you're going to pinch it shut, so you're going to have glue coming out the edge. So you want to be kind of careful with that.
I don't know how to do anything that's not giant glob.
It's all right. Giant glob works. Just be careful of your fingers. And then the trick with the hot glue for the fabric is to push really hard and to push as hard as you can. So then that way it bonds to the fabric.
Sure. You were saying earlier that it'll kind of soak in then.
Yeah. It'll kind of like soak through and then it'll bond it really well. You did good. Perfect. All right. And then from here, you're going to fold down just a tiny bit. And so then you're going to flip the pattern side back over down onto the bottom. And then where it creases here on the back side, that's where you're going to put some more glue and then press it firmly down.
Makes sense.
How you doing?
Just being slow.
It's all right. Sometimes slower is better when you're working with hot glue, honestly, because if you work too fast, you're going to get it everywhere. You're going to get the little, what I call spider webs.
Anyway,
Yeah. And you're going to burn yourself. Because I have burned myself a lot using hot glue when I first started because I was going too fast. But then afterwards, it should look like this. And we're done. And then you can tie it up around your head here. And there should just be enough to make a little bit of a knot.
Except if you have a big head.
There is that. So you might want to go a little bit longer next time.
Just tying my hair in the knot.
All right.
Nice.
And with the hot glue, it's kind of nice because you can almost form fit it towards your nose just a little bit. But yeah, there you go. All right, and then so for washing instructions for these, I'd say hot water, hand wash, and then just leave to air dry. I wouldn't put it in the dryer just because it would run the risk of melting the glue again. But once the glue is dry, it's completely waterproof. So the washing machine shouldn't do anything with it.
Sure. All right, thank you, Danielle, for coming in and showing us how to do a no-sew version.
You are very welcome.
I'm sure for a lot of people this is going to be much faster and easier to do than a more in-depth tutorial.
Yeah, it was really easy, really quick, and it was my pleasure.
So again, these are not replacements for N95 masks, but with them being in short supply, this is a good way to help your community. If you want to buy cordless paracord, you can check out the link in the description where you can find them in our store. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Bye.